Janet. Good morning, evening.
DJ, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome back. It's been a little while, hasn't it? How's the journey? How you doing? Everything going okay? Oh, I see. That is rough. Septic water. That's no good, is it? Are you getting it looked at? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's really rough. Are you trying to ground yourself in the experience? Keeping yourself centered as possible. Solutions are being resolved. Sometimes life thrusts us into uncontrollable circumstances, doesn't it? Circumstances that take patience and determination to get through. Grounding is definitely key. And sometimes accepting the journey, accepting the journey, to just reflect that one day, probably pretty soon, you'll be looking back on this experience and it will have resolved by then. It's a temporary experience, as tough as it is. Sometimes just remembering that can help. Try to approach the situation with peace and acceptance and patience. Kind of letting it be, letting it go, and just doing whatever you can. Aha, I see. So it's a recurring problem. So you've been through it before and you've seen it resolved. You've seen it resolved in the past. Yes. Good. Yes. It's all you can do, isn't it, sometimes? Some situations truly are out of control. As in, the circumstances themselves are out of control. So acceptance and patience is the only real logical place to go internally. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I know how tough it is when you're sleep deprived. Makes everything just that little bit more challenging, doesn't it? Well, I feel for you, CJ. I hope you get it resolved soon. Ah, yeah. Absolutely. So, make yourself comfortable. I've just turned the music down a touch. Make yourself comfortable. Take a second wherever you are. Try to be somewhere sitting where you can sit back and relax. Just take a second to connect with your body. Allow your attention, what you can notice, to settle inside the body. See if you can identify any parts of your body that are a little bit tense. Just relax. Help those parts of the body to relax. Allow your attention to relax and your attention to settle into the body, noticing how the body feels while you're relaxing. Just take a second to be okay with that feeling. So while you're inside and you can feel the body present, you can feel the breathing of the body, the rising and falling of the breath. With your mind, hold that feeling, accept that feeling. Welcome that feeling into your consciousness. Be okay with it. Allow that feeling to be enough for you right now, to be okay right here with this feeling. Whatever feeling is there, whatever you are aware of, in this body and in this moment, to just accept it in your consciousness, no resistance whatsoever. Totally embracing it with the mind of love and acceptance. No more pushing anything away, no more trying to hide from anything. Just take a second to relax into this feeling in the body. And if you can deeply feel this feeling now, you can allow a little smile of happiness and contentment to just gently emerge across your lips. Just because right now you're accepting this moment totally. And that feels good, and it's okay to allow yourself to feel good, to embrace that feeling. In this particular moment right now, you are totally complete and you accept everything that's going on. If you're sitting in a chair somewhere, feel your body sitting in the chair. If your feet are touching the floor, feel the earth beneath your feet, the point of contact on the soles of your feet, and accept this feeling. Just be with the feeling, being present. And relax. Now just allow the breath of the body to feel totally relaxed and released. There's no control. Allow the body to breathe by itself. And take 10 more seconds in silence to just be present with your own breath and your own body. The present moment as it's happening right now inside you. And just know that it's okay, it's fine, it's good. You are here with it. You are present. And no matter what's going on, you know it's all okay. You are okay. This feeling is okay. And whatever is going on is okay. And even if there are any concerns in your thoughts or any worries about anything else going on, that's okay too. Hold those as well. Hold this worried and concerned brain with all of its problems, all of the problems that it has to look at in order to find its own safety in the world and find its way through the world. You're going to be there for that too. And tell that brain it's okay. I've got you. We're going to get through this together. Whatever's going on now, we accept it as part of the journey, and we're going to make it through this just like everything else we've made it through before. So don't worry. I've got you. This is what you tell yourself. And then, in that feeling of contentment and protection and security, breathe and allow your mind to just rest for 10 seconds. And just know, no matter what happens throughout the day now, this feeling is always behind whatever is going on. Whatever stresses arise, whatever problems arise, whatever interactions happen in the background, you're good. Because you're playing the game of life, remember? It's just a game. Try to have fun with it if you can. Enjoy it. And keep yourself as best you can, not in a kind of rigid, fearful way, like you have to stay grounded, otherwise the world falls apart. But to just remember that you've always got that old friend on the phone, that grounded center. It's always there. It's not going anywhere. Sometimes you step out of it and you engage with the world, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's always there waiting for you to return to it. So you don't have to worry. It's like having an old friend just waiting for you with open arms. They love you. They never judge you, no matter what you do in the world, no matter what craziness you get up to. That old friend of grounded center and acceptance and serenity is right there whenever you need it. All you have to do is let go of the world and turn back into yourself. And it's right there waiting for you. Standing by your side in every breath. Always and forever. And that's the truth. That is reality. It is always there. That's your truer. That's the part of you that doesn't leave. Yeah, it's always there. You know, the part that you can see and touch, and the part of you that's interacting with the world, that thing's always changing, you know, it's constantly, can't stand still, that part of you. It's always evolving and interacting with the world and adapting. So you have to kind of let that thing be, you know, it has to do its job, it's got things it needs to do. That's the part of you that's subject to stress and anxiety and all the rest of it. All of the movements of life. But at any point, no matter what, wherever you are, wherever you end up, no matter what the circumstances, that part of you, if you would only turn around, turn away from the world for a second and look in, it's always there. Eternally, always there. Always waiting to welcome you home. That's it. You need that. If you want to get by in the modern world with relative peace, it's wise not to go too long away from home, you know, because the world can be very distressing and consuming and stressful. Distressing. And so the part of you that suffers, you know, like this ego that feels anxiety and concern and worry, you help that part of you by taking it home every so often. You know, you think of like a child who's away from home. Okay, they might be good out there in the world, they could be having a great time, but you know, if they haven't been home for a few days, they're probably hungry, they're probably sleep deprived, they've probably been having a lot of fun, and they need to come home for a good meal. You need to come home and tuck them into bed and let them sleep, you know, and reset and re-energize. And you're the same. That part of you that has to work and has to deal with all of the stress and everything that's going on, that part of you needs to be brought home every now and then. Otherwise, it gets more and more distressed because it's isolated from its home. So, absolutely, it is wise to spend more time, a little bit more time, turning inward, reconnecting. It's not like you have to do it all day long. You don't have to go and leave the world behind and sit cross-legged somewhere. But to just make that time to put the world down and turn away from the stresses and turn inward, back to your own source. Yeah, it's very wise, definitely, to do that. Yeah, that's good. Maintain connection with that for sure. You really have to. If you want to maintain sanity. But also, especially in times of stress, you know, when you can sense that you're having a hard time, that part of you that gets stressed is having a hard time, it's the perfect time to go home for a little bit. Give yourself a break, literally. Very good. I'm just going to take a quick toilet break, okay? I'll be back in a sec. I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, if you watch this again after DJ, if you watch that section again and you see this, I'm glad to hear it. Isn't it? Oh, there you go. Great. Brilliant. Isn't it wonderful how it just takes that little bit of time, good 5 or 10 minutes, and it has a real effect. It's really powerful stuff, that really, really helpful, useful, important. So well done. Have fun at work, okay? Maybe I'll see you again soon. I'm going to try and catch up on Jim's stream tonight if he's around. It's been a little while. Alright, have fun. Carry all of that power and all of that peace with you as best you can. And don't worry about it disappearing, because the stress builds up, but all you have to do is turn around. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try and check him out a little bit later. Yeah, cool. That'd be good. That would be fun. I really do enjoy those talks. They're tough sometimes in the sense that it's hard, A meeting of minds is often uh it's often confrontational, simply put. And it's a very interesting time to watch yourself, because you're trying to communicate, and that's tough. Believe it or not, it's such a funny element of our existence that one of the most difficult things to do as a human being is communicate to another human being, especially when you're communicating around quite difficult concepts and quite difficult elements, whether they're emotional or psychological or spiritual. So it's a very, very interesting arena to step into. And I do love it. I love engaging with people in those environments, but it does quite often it becomes confrontational after a little while, so it's good to have those experiences in small doses. For some people, some people really thrive in it and really love it and really want to engage. But at the same time, even when you go into it for an hour or two, there's a lot to process, so you go away from it and the processing kind of continues on for days and days afterwards sometimes. And then you come back for another match, another session. It's a really good way to kind of keep on your toes and keep evolving and keep progressing with whether it's your intention to learn how to communicate or to cultivate your connection with someone or to uncover truths about yourself or your psychology, or when you're being pushed around a little bit. It's a very, very good time to watch yourself and to watch other people too and see how their development stands up to the pressure and the challenge. Yeah, that's definitely something we can talk about. I remember you sent me a message once. Oh yeah, that was about spiritual. Let me just quickly look over it here. Spiritual journeys. Yeah, that was another thing you wanted to talk about, wasn't it? We can definitely get into that. My schedule's a little bit all over the place with regards to regular routine of streaming. But if you ever find yourself not at work and I'm on, or even if you want to chat anyway, you get some time off, you're welcome to send me a message if you just want to have a little catch up and talk about it off stream. We can always do that. But yeah, anytime you're around and you've got the time and the space, the mental space, then we can get into some stuff for sure. Does Jim often get into spiritual stuff in his stream? Because I've noticed that when he kind of brings it up, or when it comes up in his stream, I feel like he's maybe a little bit nervous that a lot of his audience aren't really switched onto that sort of content. Like they would rather not kind of go down that road. Maybe like some of them just don't connect with it or something like that. I've seen him come into it a few times and discuss it a few times, and obviously he's talked to me a little bit on there. But I think there's a bit of potential resistance from the viewers, maybe, and so that's why possibly he doesn't go into it too much. I'm not too sure about that one, but I can understand his concern. He's looking at building up his audience and giving them also what they need, and sometimes they don't need to hear the really deep stuff, the stuff that's hard to grasp. But it's funny because I know he wants to go into that. I know that he's quite attracted to these types of conversations, so I'm sure it's probably a little bit tough for him to find that balance. But yeah, I'll check in on his stream later and say hello and see what he's up to. Alright. Very good. See you later, CJ. Have fun, okay? I'll talk to you again soon. Alrighty. alright. We might leave it at that for the night. Anyone watching this afterwards, please remember that below this, wherever you're watching it, there should be a link to the YouTube channel along with the Discord if you would like to connect up in a more meaningful way, a more deeper way. Please do feel free to jump across to either of those channels, platforms. Say hello if you want to talk. And I'm not sure how it works on Twitch if you can leave comments afterwards. I don't think that's possible, but I know on the YouTube side of things you can always leave comments and questions or observations. If there's any observations you would like to bring up in relevance to the stream. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you sometime soon. Goodbye for now.